It's called If I Could Explain It. If I could explain it, I would say something along the lines of, it felt like a lion, all king of the jungle, all big, bad, and barbaric, taking a full bite of your meager birdie body. It felt like torture, the slow, meditated kind. Like drowning in the waters of who you used to be, it felt like being deprived of this non-tangible thing. But as life would have it, those in possession take it for granted. It was more like stepping into a noose and remembering what your black felt like a dirty, discarded dollar bill. Everyone knows there's value, but it ain't even worth it. It felt like all the leftover food still sitting in your fridge that you finally threw out because you realized you were never gonna want it. Like absolute despair, like nothing but darkness, like being buried alive, like being buried alone, like screaming in a room and no one listens because no one hears. It felt like an outgrown shell, like you were once useful, but now you're just left behind, like all the extra pillows you don't use. It felt like pouring the milk before the cereal, like all the difficult math equations you learned in high school, forgotten, like you wish you mattered. And as I bare my soul, as if words could explain it, you sit here and cheer for my performance. Whether simile or smiles, well, I caught you now. You don't get to leave, never understanding what it now feels like to be me. Because that was before Christ, before redemption, before anger subsided, before suicide died, before the stilling of the water and the wind. Yes, I'm changed. Yes, I'm different. I no longer walk around like someone took a bite out of me. He made me whole. He calls me loved, calls me beautiful, calls me daughter. In fact, he left his peace to me, and among other things, that's an inheritance I choose to believe. Because despite what you think, choice is not always an easy thing. I mean, look at Adam and Eve. I think we can all agree they chose wrong, but I digress. First it was medication, then it was the sheer power of his will, the sheer power of his word. The mustard seed sized hope. Now if I could explain it, it feels like all your student loans being forgiven. Like laughing with a best friend until your stomach hurt. Like someone waiting for you when you're trailing behind in the group. Like having the audacity to live. It feels like finding my next favorite food, my next favorite song. He comes out the blue and somehow changes your whole life. It feels like God, all Lion of Judah, all King of Kings, all powerful, knowing and perfect, with grace, compassion, and love, taking every stripe so I can be healed.